Well, Strong Black, Super Chemist. Hopefully this is the last video of this playlist and we can move on. Got you a little clip here. We'll hopefully get it started. There we go.
Armed with knives, armed with chemical, biological, nuclear weapons. Fanatics, terrorists, September 11th. September 11th, killers, September 11th. Terrorists, Al-Qaeda, terrorists, nuclear weapons, terrorists. 9/11, terror, evil. September 11th, the terrorists, war and danger. September 11th, terrorism, global terrorism, terrorism, terrorists, the terrorism. September 11th, global terrorism, terrorism. September 11th, world terrorism, terrorism. September 11th, global terrorism. September the 11th, terror. Weapons of mass destruction. September the 11th, terrorists. The evil terrorists, no.
Terrorism. The words are hypnotically repeated. Terrorism, terrorist, terrorist threat, and of course, believed to be linked to Al-Qaeda. But it's the so-called war on terrorism that's in our faces practically 24/7 as the inescapable focus of our existence.
One day, our grandchildren will look back on this time and ask, how was the war on terror won?
The entire U.S. ruling class, ruling elite, comes to see terrorism as the preferred means, indeed the only means, to provide social cohesion, to provide an enemy image for the society to keep it together. According to neocon theory from Carl Schmitt, you have to have an enemy image in order to have a society. It's a very dangerous thing because now it means that the entire social order, the political parties, intellectual life, politics in general, all based on a monstrous myth.
Anyways, let's get on with the video. Hopefully this will be it. Be done with this playlist, like I said. Talking about Pastafarian rules. I hope these videos, these clips that I'm putting at the beginning of the video on these last couple things, I hope you realize why I'm saying these specific commandments or these specific rules, because it stops things like that from happening. If you just use these rules, you'll never have your government screwing you over, getting you into fake wars. They're real wars, but they're not. They're just staged. They're staged. But anyways, let's see. I have two more points to make here. If you had everything you wanted, if you were rich as heck, you had as many women as you wanted, everything you ever wanted, you have. You can get, or you could have. Now let's say you're living that, and you have kids. You got 50 kids. Half of them are starving, okay, and on the streets. Would you prefer that people give you money, even though you have all the money in the world, and praise you and tell you how good you are and waste all their time telling you how great you are? Or would you rather them help your kids? Because the Christians now, they say that, God wants you to do all that stuff. Give God money, go pray, instead of just actually helping someone, or maybe giving money to the poor or something like that. I don't know. But same thing with if you had everything in the world, everything in the universe, would you want thousands of animals sacrificed and just wasted? And when there's starving people, you got children on this planet, they're dying and starving, but you think that God wants you to, is that what you would do? Is that what you would want? You got 50 kids, say, half of them are starving, and you have everything in the world. Someone comes up and says, I'm going to take these 1,000 animals or these 10 animals, I'm going to kill them in your name just to sacrifice them to say that, show you how much I love you. And now that you can't eat that food because it's, it's God's food. So you just burn it. Well, God's children, the 50 of them over there, are starving to death. You just burned up, bunch of animals to sacrifice them. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's not that double speak at all. Of course it's double speak. Okay. I'm actually done with my list of rules. Thank God it's over. I will do videos specifically just called the Milgram effect, also Kruger-Dunning effect, and also the four lights effect. But I'll do those separate videos because I did say that every Pastafarian should understand, learn what those effects and whatever are, and make their thinking go around this. You know what I mean? So that they know what happens to people when they don't use their brain correctly. Okay. Well, I got a lot of time, extra time here. What else could I say about rules, man? I'm going to get into. Sooner or later, I'm going to get into everything I know about men, women, and the family unit. And before, a year ago or whatever, I had no clue or idea about family unit. A marriage, a woman, a man, the biology. The extent of my knowledge was how to make a woman come. And that's another reason why I would like, if you're 20 years, young man or whatever, even a woman, even at any age of a woman, because you have a vagina, I noticed that, no humans seem to know how to work a vagina. It's like they act like it's some kind of, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. You know what I mean? What's funny, you should watch the videos, though. When I get close to making those videos, I will tell people because, like I said, Pastafarian religion is really, the foundation of the religion is based on family unit and cohesion and also societal cohesion. So learning about exactly how a family is supposed to work, and keep in mind, when I go over family units and this and that, there's always going to be this. Pastafarians aren't like the Christians. The Christians, they have a man, a woman, they get married, they have kids, and if you don't do it that way, you're a piece of garbage. You're going to hell. You're going to be, you're nobody. No. That's not the Pastafarian way, man. The Pastafarian way is, we say the man and the woman has the kids, and that's the marriage, and that's blah blah blah. But there's also other marriages. You could have a man and a man, a man and a woman. I mean, two women, blah 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 blah. Which one's the best? Probably, like I said before in the other video, two men in a marriage is probably the best. The more women you add, the worse it gets. Okay, if you take the marriage and the whole family unit and the child's success rate, I would say that you'd want a man and a woman, especially if your child is heterosexual, which most kids are. I mean, if the kid's gay, maybe he would probably do better in the two male household. You know what I mean? Two dads, so he can see the emulation. It's not that they're teaching the kids with words. It's just that every day that interaction and seeing a man and a woman, or if you're a gay kid, seeing a man and a man is good for that kid. You know what I mean? We don't put down people that don't conform to our, belief of what the best family unit is. Okay, and we cherish all the family units. Family, except the single mother. We do not cherish that. We do not cherish single mothers. I'm going to get into the statistics of it, but the Pastafarian religion is against female single parents raising children. They're against it. It sounds terrible. It sounds horrible. I thought that a single mother was a great thing before. She's great. No. I'm going to get into the data. It isn't even like, oh, they're kind of bad. No, they're horrible. Horrible. Single mothers are the most horrible parents there are. The data, and it's not even like the data, they're a little bit, no, they're not a little bit horrible. They're terrible. It's like the data that no one could look at the data and here. I'm gonna get some data here. We'll just say some of this stuff that some of the this is just a couple little things that I of data. Hopefully I can find it in a second here. If not, I won't have to. Whatever. Okay. Well, I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to use my memory. Oh, here it is. I was gonna have to just guess at some stuff, but yeah, let's look at these some data, and this is just a little bit. I've only got this is only like 10 things, right? Let's see. Child runaways, 90%. 90% of all children who run away from homes run away from single mother homes. Homelessness, 90% of homeless people are from single mother homes. Behavioral problems, 85% of children are from single mother homes. Mental institutions, meaning in a nut house, 70% single mother homes. Prison, 80% single mother homes. High school dropouts, 71% single mother homes. Suicides for children, 63% of single mother homes. Rapists with anger problems, 80% from single mother homes. Kid pregnancies, 80% from single mother homes. Drug use, addiction, 80%, again, from single mother homes. Now this is just 10 data points. There are literally hundreds of thousands of data points that point to the same. We're talking about 90% of something that you might as well say all. If you don't want any homeless kids or any homeless people or any runaway kids, all you have to do is just make it illegal for single mothers to raise kids. You would literally just end homelessness, behavioral problems, rape, kid pregnancies, high school, prison, mental institutions, all this stuff. You would literally just eliminate it. Not eliminate it, obviously, but you're going to get rid of such a big percentage of the problems would just melt away if you could get rid of the single mother out of the thing. And like I said, before I looked into the data, just like cops killing black people, before that I thought, oh man, they're probably killing like 100, 200, 300 black people, every unarmed men every year, the way they talk about it. Then you look into the data, it's like 12 unarmed black men a year. There's 50 states. That means not even in one state, only a third of the states will have one killing. And that doesn't mean that those 12 were killed because they were black. They just, most of them, if not 99% of them, were just because the cop thought that they had a gun or whatever, and they made a mistake. But even so, they can't all be racist, you know what I mean? Let's say half of them are racist, even though they probably ain't even that much. That's 6 a year for 50 states. 6. I mean, say 12 black people there's about 24 every year of white people that are unarmed that get killed. You know what I mean? Twice as many white people, but nobody gives a crap about them. You know what I mean? Because you look at the news, you think, oh, they're killing black people by the thousands. No, actually they're not. Actually, the data says that they're barely killing any of them. You know what I mean? They're killing at the same rate as any other race. You know what I mean? It's not. Is that actually? If I sat here and I had the time, let me see how much time I got. I got 30 seconds. If you go through all the data points, you can see that the black people were actually unarmed black people are killed at a slower rate than white people. If you take all the things into consideration, you know what I mean. But I don't have enough time because I'm running down to 16 seconds. So this is the next playlist, Trump racism. Playlist after that, Biden racism. We'll see who's the biggest racist out of these two guys. The biggest who takes the bull cup home.